Happy Sunday to each and every one of you. And as you can see, the markets are also having a very happy Sunday. Now, people are here wondering, well, is this a relief rally? Is this a rally that we should all sell into? Or does it continue to the upside and give us the bull market that we've all so patiently waited for? Well, today I'm going to tell you why this could be a serious rally, not just for Bitcoin, but also the altcoins. In fact, I'm going to go one step ahead and say that the altcoins might be the star getting into Q4. So if there's any PTSD that you guys might be going through owing to that crazy liquidation event, the largest liquidation event in crypto history, I know it hurt a lot of people, but if you're still in the game, now might be the time to pay attention. Because if we look towards Bitcoin's historic quarterly returns, and rounded on every single bull run we've had so far, the one in 2013, the one in 2017, the one in 2021, as well as the one right now in 2025. I know, it doesn't feel like a bull run, but one cannot possibly argue this crazy uptrend that we've seen since 2023. And historically, Q4 of every single bull run we've had so far has been a green quarter. The one in 2013, a green quarter. The one in 2017, a green quarter. The one in 2021, a green quarter. And 2025, well, guys, we're still only in the month of October, and we have 2 more months left on Q4. And hey, we don't even have to look back too far. November of last year, you know exactly what can take place in the last 2 months of the year. But historic data, guys, simply not enough. We want to look at current trends, current numbers. And Bitcoin right now on the Mango dashboard, 4-hour and 12-hour time frames, guys, we got long signals on there, okay? The bulls are taking over on the lower time frames. And I have systems right now that's telling me that these trends could very well continue. We could see a cascading effect of trends. Because remember, your uptrends, any trend that you're looking at, always begins from your lower time frames and then cascades on over to your higher time frames. So once again, Bitcoin's 12-hour trend, which has been the barometer to keep us on the right side of every significant rally as well as dump, this flipped long just now. And all while crypto fear and greed is still sitting at fear, and this is important. We'll be coming back to this, but first, price action. Now, I had last presented this Bollinger Band and MACD system, a duo indicator system that has helped us catch every single Bitcoin rally as well as dump every time we got into these precarious times. And it also helps us understand how far low can Bitcoin go. And the market, including me, rounded in on $101,000 as the how far low can Bitcoin go given the amount of confluence that we saw on that region. Do I still believe Bitcoin can get down there? Well, with the data that I'm seeing on the chart right now, it's suggesting that we might have gotten front run. So the probability of Bitcoin visiting $100,000 once again has actually reduced quite significantly. Now, 3 days ago, I posted this on the Discord chat. If you're not already in, join the Discord at mango.com/Discord. I said I see rallies coming in for Bitcoin soon, and you guys need to understand that people at that point had still had their eyes on 100K, but I had to shift given the information in front of me. And what was that information? Well, lower time frame momentum building up. I was looking at the lower time frames. I'm like, I don't want to fight this. There was a structure building up on the lower time frames that told me that, hey, if this breaks out, we are ripping. How high could Bitcoin go from there? I said, this is a bold statement, but the momentum right here might even send us back up to 120K to 122, leading into the end of the month. It's not going to be a rapid move, but one that plays out over the week. In fact, we're inching towards a breakout of the Bollinger Mid, currently coming in at $113,000. Breaking that would effectively take Bitcoin to the top of the range at 123K. For those of you who remember the Bollinger Band and MACD system, we're looking for 2 things here. We're looking for price on the weekly time frame to break past the Bollinger Mid, currently coming in at 113.2K, as well as the MACD crossing bullish, which we do not have just yet. But there are signs in the lower time frames telling us that, hey, we might be getting that sooner than later. Now, that, of course, is partially owing to the dashboard trend, our 12-hour barometer specifically. Of course, you guys can find the dashboard on app.mangoresearch.co if you guys want to keep up with the trends and the volatility profiles. The last thing you guys want on your portfolios is opportunity cost. Don't get stuck in an asset that is not moving in the middle of a bull market. Use the dashboard to help you filter out the coins worth trading. What was the structure that I saw playing out? Well, that was a minor double bottom formation, and also there was another very powerful system that I found on the daily time frame that told me that this wanted to rip. Now, I did reveal that system on the Seed Mastermind call, so for those of you who did not catch that video, go ahead and check it out. It's from the session that happened this past Thursday. That system is still relevant and can give you some tremendous edge, but the system called momentum building up. And as many of you guys know, there is an FOMC meeting coming up in exactly 3 days. And according to the target rate probability, a 25 basis point rate cut is on the books. But here's the thing, this is already priced in. What's going to be super bullish is this part. The Fed will soon end QT. Guys, QT never ended. Okay, the Fed has still been in this entire mode of quantitative tightening. An end of QT would bolster liquidity in the system. This is going to be a very vital, important move by the Fed, and something worth noting if it comes to fruition. Now, I'm not going to get into the semantics of it all. Instead, I'm going to give you something a lot better. I'm going to give you a data point on Bitcoin's chart where the Fed came in, reduced rates, and also ended QT in a single meeting. And that happened right here in Jan of 2019. Jan of 2019 is when the 2019 bear market reversed into the bull market and the markets ripped from $3K all the way up to $14,000. People were left flabbergasted with the volatility that kicked in. An end of QT has been particularly good for risk-on environments, which brings us back to Bitcoin's historic quarterly returns. This Q4 of 2025, if all the cards fall into place, Q4 of 2025 could very well end up being a green quarter. We got 3 days before the meeting. Bitcoin 12-hour dashboard barometer currently swinging bullish. And Bitcoin's bullish Bollinger Band system is about to trigger, taking us all the way back up to 124K, aka the previous all-time highs. Now remember, risk-on environments has positive implications on the altcoins particularly. Now this right here is Bitcoin dominant, which, believe it or not, is still within the parameters of a downtrend. For as long as we're living underneath the weekly dynamic resistance, I'm saying, hey, downtrend is still on for Bitcoin dominance. And yes, Bitcoin can rally while Bitcoin dominance is in a downtrend. What does that mean? Well, that just simply means that the altcoins are picking up way more steam right here. And there is supporting evidence to that. If you get on over to Total 2, which by the way is the altcoin season system that we've been using, Total 2, we're looking for 2 ingredients. We're looking for Bitcoin dominance to be in a downtrend, which we know that, hey, we could very well get rejected here and the downtrend continue. And for the second ingredient, we're looking for Total 2 to break out of its previous all-time high, which by the way, it did back in August of this year. And it's been holding that region as support since, even after the liquidation event. I want you guys to understand what happened during the liquidation event. This liquidation event right here, it was not Bitcoin that suffered the most. It was the altcoins that suffered the most. It was the altcoins that got a clear slate, only for Total 2, which is a representation of the altcoins in the market, to then pick up steam. And now we're seeing this very important index defend its region of support leading into the monthly close, a very important close, which happens in 5 days. I don't know what's more bullish for the altcoins than this right here. So now is the time to pay attention, start looking for the opportunity, start using the dashboard to help you figure out the altcoins worth trading. And for those of you who are still in the game, you actively want to make money in this next phase that we're getting into, and you're still on the hunt for a good exchange, then we currently are using BitUnix. So if you guys want to check them out, you'll find a link to them in the description below. And if you use that particular link, then hey, you can get up to 5.5K in deposit bonuses. And every time Mango's running a new kick-ass campaign, be it free bonuses or giveaways, well, you guys are going to be getting first dibs on that if you use the link in the description below. Now, of course, we are going to be following the Bitcoin trade on the Discord chat. I will be covering more altcoins getting to the rest of the week. So if you guys have any requests, please let me know in the comments section below. Now, with this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.